welcome to today's video. So I'm going to be making some pizza dough. So I'll be doing one lot in the stand mixer and then one lot by hand. So don't worry if you don't have one of these, I'll talk you through it. And I'll be doing some inventive sort of toppings using whatever you've got in your fridge or pantry and any leftover veg you got. So let's do this. To do is the yeast. So this recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups of warm water, 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, and 2 teaspoons of sugar. And basically, we're just going to leave that for about 5 minutes until it starts foaming. Okay, so that's the sort of foaming we're after. So it took about 5 minutes. So let's mix everything together. What we do is add a cup of flour, two tablespoons of olive oil, a little bit of salt as a teaspoon. I'm just winging it. That looks about right. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm reading the instructions on my phone as I go. I just want to make sure this mixture is fully incorporated first. Let's add this bad boy. So added the whole yeast and water mixture. Okay, so we're just gonna add the rest of the flour to this. So it calls for 3 3 3/4 cup, I think. Anyway, so we added 1 cup originally, that's the 2nd cup. 3rd cup. Let me actually check the recipe. 3 2/3. Guys, you don't know how hard it was for me to find this flour. I'm so excited. Right now, okay. So you can see it's looking pretty dry at the moment. We can kind of add more water, flour, whatever we need to do. You know, just adjust accordingly. So according to the stand mixer one, it says it'll take 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure I did like 12 minutes last time. I'll time it for you guys and then you can kind of see what it looks like. We basically want it to come together as a ball. So I'll get started on that now. Okay, so we're just gonna put it on low now. That's what it should look like. So it literally took about 7 minutes. The recipe said 15 to 20. But I'm really happy with the texture. It's come together, still a bit sticky. So yeah, I'll talk you guys through the next step. Okay, so we've got the dough all ready to go. So we do actually need to rest it in a bowl lined with olive oil. I can't be bothered getting another bowl, so just a glug, rub it all around. There we go. You can probably see the bowl's nice and shiny. We want to cover it with a clean cloth and put it somewhere warm for 45 minutes. So literally all the same steps as you guys saw before. And now I'll just attempt to roll it by hand. Knead it by hand. Look, I haven't tried this recipe before kneading by hand. So we'll see how long it takes. 5 minutes. Maybe I was just being lazy, but I'm pretty happy with that. It's come together in a pretty smooth ball. Sorry guys, I keep throwing it out of frame. Yeah, it's kind of smooth and glossy. Like you could probably knead it for longer, maybe it'd be better. Let's find out together. But you know, I figure most people won't want to knead past 5 minutes, so there it is. Let's see how it turns out. I'm just gonna oil a bowl like the other one, let it rest for 45 minutes, and then we'll start making some pizza. Okay, so this is the risen dough. So this is the one I did in the stand mixer. That's taken a little bit longer to rise. So sorry guys, you can hear my oven on in the background. Got it preheating, plus it warms up the kitchen for the dough. So yeah, the hand mixed one I'm gonna leave a little bit longer, but basically you wanna be able to like punch it, and there's a divot. So you can see that it's grown quite a bit. So the recipe basically just says to like flour a surface, roll into 2 balls, and then kind of give it another 5 minutes, and then we'll roll it out into our pizzas. I'm just gonna flour the surface of my kitchen countertop. Just gonna kind of divide it evenly into 2. I don't know, I'm not good at rolling into a smooth ball. How do people do this? I'll do, I don't really care. Little things like this don't matter guys, it's fine. Should be right. Okay, let's leave those for a couple of minutes and then you guys can see me rolling them all out. Okay, so we're just gonna start out with one dough. So, you wanna make sure you get some flour on your rolling pin and make sure that the surface is really well floured. Now because we've kneaded this, we shouldn't need to really do much with just rolling it out. If you guys don't have a rolling pin, I don't know, use a bowl of wine. I'm pretty sure I've done that back in the day. Anything cylindrical. Okay, so I am making a sheet pan pizza. Obviously, if you have like a pizza stone or anything like that, that's gonna come out amazing. But sheet pan pizza is also awesome and saves you buying something else. Okay. I don't know why I moved that little bit of dough over, but I did. I'm actually going to take some extra off. It's a little bit too big for my sheet pan. So it just means I'll make some extra pizzas with that leftover dough. Okay, this is my dough. It might be a little hard to see because my counter is basically the same color, but that's the sort of thickness I'm going for. I don't like super crazy thin pizza. Of course, you could have a little thicker if you wanted. The main thing is to roll it out so it's a consistent sort of thickness all throughout. So now the tricky part, let's put on our sheet pan. Greased up tray, I just did some olive oil and rubbed it in. So I'll put that here. Let's see if I can move this camera over. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'll kind of just roll this up. I'm lifting it as I go. So just kind of loosely rolled over. Yeah, this is way too big, so, which is fine. Just means that we'll be making a lot of pizza today. So I'll get a sharp knife. Just cut across. Okay, so I'm just gonna make one pizza at a time. I only have one sheet pan, but it'll do. So this time I'm gonna put tomato paste on the bottom. You can obviously do pizza sauce, but this is quite a bit cheaper. So just do a couple of dollops onto the base. And the easiest way to actually spread this, don't use a knife, it's gonna be the back of the spoon. So just spread it so there's a thin layer. Obviously, tomato paste has a really strong flavor, so you don't wanna go too hardcore. Of course, barbecue sauce would work really well. You could make it kind of Mediterranean inspired and have hummus on the bottom, any sort of pesto, pizza sauce as I mentioned, or even just like a pasta sauce. Obviously this is gonna have a really strong flavor, as I said, so if you were gonna use pasta sauce, you'd obviously use a bit more. See if we can get it out to the edges. A teaspoon would have been better, but I didn't have any clean, so should be right. So this one's gonna be a chicken pizza, which will be a bit fun. So I actually just boiled up some chicken and some leftover chicken stock I had, and then shredded it. So I do need this some for recipes later that I'm making next week, so it just was easy to kind of do it this way. So I think I'll start with the chicken. Of course, if you had like a roast chook, saves doing it yourself, or any other sort of meat you've got. But I thought I'd show you guys some options other than the typical pepperoni pizza. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but let's mix it up a little bit, hey guys. Whoop, throwing pizza on the floor. Okay. Now, something else I made, so I was actually gonna do roasted pumpkin, but sweet potato was super cheap, so I like to keep the skins on. These got a little bit burnt. I work in a call center and I set it and I couldn't get out to it in time. And there's also some red onion in there as well. So I just put salt and pepper in those and olive oil and pre-baked them. You could obviously add some spices if you want, but I'll show you there's actually some spices in one of the ingredients, some herbs, so that's why I haven't really added anything yet. So this is the next thing. So I'm gonna add some sun-dried tomatoes. So anyone that's been watching me on Instagram saw I got like a kilo for $2 from a discount grocery store. And I can see these have lots of like beautiful herbs on them. So that's why I haven't really added any herbs onto the tomato paste, because I think this will be enough. I'm just gonna go to town because I really like sun-dried tomatoes and I think it'll be delicious. Now, obviously if you have some leftover like greens, you could top it with arugula at the end, or rocket as we call it in Australia. You could do some fresh mushrooms. Whatever guys, whatever floats your boat. Now, I do also have some bocconcini, which I think is a type of mozzarella. Anyway, so pretty fancy. Usually I don't have special cheeses for pasta, but it just so happened that, yeah, I had it, so of course I'm gonna use it. The number one, so the chicken pizza I mentioned, so it does look a little burnt, but that's because of those sweet potato bits that I burnt earlier. So you can see the crust has got a golden sort of tinge to it. The base is golden. If you feel it, it's solid. So this bad boy's all done. So I'm going to get onto the next pizza. Okay, so for this pizza, I'm going to use the tomato paste as well. I actually just tasted that chicken one. It's delicious. And the tomato paste flavor isn't too much, so I think I'm going to try and do a similar amount to get again. I was worried it'd be a bit too overpowering, but it actually works really well. So again, just smoothing this all over evenly. I've re-oiled this tray as well. I just used spray oil this time because, I don't know, couldn't be bothered. Cool. So this one I am actually going to add some Italian herbs into the mix. So I'll just sprinkle that on top. That'll do. So this one is actually gonna be like a ground beef pepper deliciousness. So this ground beef I actually cooked up for a different recipe last week. I kind of just kept it in the freezer and just took out what I needed when I needed it. So I've just kind of reheated that up, and I'll just kind of sprinkle that on top. I've just got different capsicums. I've got red and green that I've just diced up really small. Again, it's just using what you can, guys. I like to add a little bit of veg when I can, pretend like I'm a little bit healthy, even when it's pizza. Let's go tons. I know Sam will be the main person who will eat this, and he loves capsicum, so we'll be good. And I'm gonna do cheddar for this one. Some people might absolutely hate on me for doing cheddar on a pizza, but I like it, so I don't care. Okay, cool. I'm gonna need to grate up some more cheddar, and I'll show you guys when it's all done. Okay, so I'll chuck this one in the oven. So I added the rest of the cheddar cheese, and I actually decided to add some of the mozzarella because we had it. So pizza number 2 going in the oven. Okay, so here's the hand kneaded dough. So again, it leaves that little divot when you punch it, so that's good. So basically I'm just gonna roll out enough to do 1 sheet pan pizza, just so we can kind of test it, just to make sure that that I kneaded it enough. And the rest I'm actually gonna freeze. So basically if you wanna freeze it, you just roll up into a ball, wrap it in cling wrap or saran wrap, and it stores really well in the freezer. I did that last time as well. And then you kind of just defrost it overnight and then roll out like normal. So yeah. Let's get another pizza started. This recipe is based loosely on what I saw online, so it does have pesto. I've only got a tiny bit left, so let's see if I can stretch this out and make it happen. I just wasn't gonna go buying new stuff, guys. Like, it's about using up what you got. Okay, thin layer of pesto it will be. But this has got sun-dried tomatoes. Oh, see, this is folding down. I didn't make this quite the best shape this time, but that's okay. Fold down is fine actually. It just creates like a little bit of an extra crust. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this not having a ton on the base because it does have sun-dried tomatoes in it again, which come in that beautiful oil. So I think I'll pour some of that sun-dried tomato oil on the bottom. And that can kind of create the sauce as well on the base. We just make it up as we go, guys. Usually works out fine. The whole point is just to have fun with it. Don't be intimidated, just go for it. Yeah, that looks fine. So this one actually has corn in it. I always have frozen corn. Why not? Let's just see what happens. I am varying a little bit from the recipe, as I tend to do, but yeah, let's just see how it goes. This one is a vegetarian one as well. So sun-dried tomatoes, as you guys know, as I mentioned earlier, I've got like 1 million to use up, so that's what we're doing. I'm kind of sad there's not more pesto, just so you could kind of see the beautiful green color. I feel like all my pizzas are missing some greenery, but I wasn't just gonna go and buy some extra stuff for no reason. I'm actually gonna cut up, I'm gonna cut up a little bit more sun-dried tomato. Okay, got a bit more. So let's just layer it on. Why not? Okay, so this is actually called for goat's cheese. I don't know why I bought ricotta. Guys, I don't know. I think that's a goat's cheese. Let's just add some on and see what happens. Now I think that's gonna be a bit sweet. So I'll sprinkle some salt on at the end. Oh, it actually says some Parmesan as well. That'll add some good salt. So, I figure ricotta's a good one to have in the fridge as well, because then I can do something sweet with it. Thinking maybe making like lemon and ricotta pancakes. That might be something nice. I really do like having stuff in the fridge which is versatile, which is why you see I add cheddar cheese to everything. Because I can. Okay, that's looking good. I'm gonna add the Parmesan. The 3 about to go in the oven. So pesto, a tiny bit, sun-dried tomatoes, corn, ricotta and Parmesan. And this is on our kneaded dough. So let's see how it turns out. Okay, so here's the final pizza. So this one actually came out the best base-wise. So this was a hand-kneaded one, but I honestly think I just cooked it a bit longer. Gosh, this place is a mess. Because I got a bit distracted, so it's no big deal. The other ovens I'm gonna reheat for tonight anyway in the oven, so they'll, yeah, those pizzas will cook more, so they'll be perfect. But this one's just like really solid, kind of in the middle, which is good. So I think I cooked that one for about 25 minutes, but you guys will be able to tell. Like I said, it's just that noise, and then when you're lifting it out, it's not flopping everywhere. So I'll show you guys all of the different pizzas all together. So we'll basically be eating pizza for the rest of our lives. So this was a mini one I made. I do have a small tray, so it's basically essentially the same as the first one I showed you, just added some capsi and the ricotta instead of mozzarella. But yeah, so excited to tuck into all of these. We'll heat them up for dinner tonight. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give the pizzas a shot. I swear they're really delicious and you'll feel like super housewife mum after doing it. If you do give them a try, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. It's all in the video description. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.